How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. Right, on this video I'm going to be showing you how to make barbecue Chinese char siu pork. Extremely tasty, relatively easy to do. So, well, let's get into it, shall we? What will you need? Some brown sugar, some sesame seeds. I've got some garlic paste here, some garlic puree, some white vinegar, hoisin sauce. Now I've got 2 bottles there because the amount that I'm going to do. However, you can just scale it down to whatever you want for smaller portions. The actual recipe itself will remain the same, so don't worry about that. Some Chinese 5 spice, some ginger, some ketchup, my pork shoulder, and I'll show you how to do that next when we get all this out of the way, and food colouring, red food colouring. Now you've a choice. Have I? Yes, you have. If you can get hold of fermented red bean curd, then use that, but I couldn't get that, so in the majority of the videos that you will see, and what I usually do just to keep the budget down, is use red food colouring. You could, if you wanted to, use a drop of sherry. So if you've got a bottle of sherry that's been hanging around the drinks cupboard for a very long time, you could use a drop of that. However, I'm using red food colouring, and of course spring onions. I think I've already mentioned them, but okay, so let's get down to cutting this pork up. Let's do that. Right then, the pork shoulder. So the first thing that I want to do is remove that skin. So with pork shoulder it should be relatively easy. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, so just be careful, get a nice sharp knife and just go down the edge of that, and it'll come away nice and easy. Like so. There we go. Okay. Now, that little bit, what we need to do is cut nice big strips of pork. So I'm just going to go with that. And again, straight down. Like so. And just finish this up. It's a lovely piece of meat, pork shoulder. It's nice and friendly to the pocket as well. The purse strings. Look at that. Lovely piece of meat. Really is. And I think I might leave that one as it is, to be honest. And that one, I'll just take that edge off. And there we have it. So you got nice strips of pork. Excellent. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is that char siu marinade. So, well, Well, let's do that. Time for the marinade. Okay, to save time, to save boring you rigid, I've already finely chopped the spring onion into my glass bowl. Now, I'm using a glass bowl on this one instead of a plastic bowl because I'm going to use that red food colouring. If you do choose to use the red food colouring, please be very careful, because when it comes to your clothes or hands, plastic bowls or wooden spoons, it's very unforgiving. So there's a little word of warning to you. So we've got the spring onion in there, and next we're going to add the hoisin sauce. Now I've got Blue Dragon hoisin sauce. I think they'll make an excellent hoisin and a very good teriyaki as well. So I'm going to add that into there. As I say, I'm doing quite a large batch of char siu, and that's why I'm using the 2. However, you could just use the 1 and scale it down. And the next one. Absolutely love char siu. Nice, sweet, sticky, with a that hint of the Chinese spice in the background. Really good. Okay, there we go. So next I'm going to add the sugar. This is going to be about a dessert spoon of brown sugar. Pop that out of the way. Your sesame seeds. A good dash of sesame. There's probably about 3 teaspoons in there, although it's totally up to you. You can put little in there, you can put even more, really doesn't matter. I do like the taste of sesame seed as well, it's really, really good. Okay, the Chinese seasoning, I'm going to put, there's going to be about 2 teaspoons, 2 heaped teaspoons I should say, of the Chinese 5 spice. Ginger, and that's going to be about, doesn't want to come out, there we go, about 1.5 teaspoons of ginger. Garlic, the garlic puree, garlic paste. Now this is a new one, so there we go. There we go. Now get my dessert spoon, and you're going to have, it's probably about 1 teaspoon of that garlic paste. Because it's a puree, it's a lot stronger than what chopping up a clove would be. So you don't need a great deal. So there's about 1 teaspoon in there. Let's pop that over there. The food colouring. Now, you're going to about 1 teaspoon. But be very careful. There we go. As I say, be careful with this because it is very unforgiving to your clothes. Trust me, I know. And last, your ketchup. So just grab a spoon. See, I should have all this prepared before I do it. But then it wouldn't be real, would it? It wouldn't be like you're actually in the kitchen with me and we're making all this. You got the dishwasher on in the background. It's good fun. It's that, it adds that realism to it, doesn't it? There we go. In fact, I think I'll keep that there to stir all that up. And vinegar, your white vinegar. You're going to need, there's about a dessert spoon of white vinegar. Now then, let's mix it all up. Let's mix it all up. Yet again, be very careful because you don't want to splash your clothes unless you've got your apron on. And give that a good mix. And once you've mixed this up, leave it for about 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. Just walk away and do something else. Hey, maybe go upstairs and grab some laundry and put that in the washing machine. That's what I'll probably do. So I'm going to leave this now. I mean, that's a lovely rich, and it does smell absolutely gorgeous already. Wow. Nom 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 nom. Yes. There we go. In fact, what I'll probably do, ladies and gentlemen, is grab some laundry, then go outside and light the coals on the barbecue. And see, multitasking, how good's that? Okay, shut up, Stu, get on with it. There we go. Right then, so I'm going to leave that for about 15 minutes, and then we'll get to the next stage of just coating that pork and laying it out. Then we'll go outside to the barbecue. So, let's do that. Time flies indeed. Well, you know what? I said about 15 minutes. Well, I went to do one thing, which led to another thing, which led to another thing. So this has been sat there for about 35 minutes now. So all them spices and all them flavours have very much introduced themselves to each other. So, I've got the pork, and I'm going to dip the pork into the marinade and then pop it into the tray, because that tray is going to go into the barbecue. Now, if you've got an open top grill, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid you're not really going to be able to do this in this particular style anyway. But if you've got a kettle or a smoker or a drum barbecue, then you most certainly will. So pop them there. Now this marinade, after a little bit of cooking, we're going to use that marinade to just top up the sauce on the top, because it will start to caramelize, and that's what we're going to do, is just build up that nice caramelized layer on top of there. Let's push that up a little bit, and I'll be able to get a couple down that side. I suppose if you wanted to, if you really wanted to, you could marinate this overnight, or take it outside with a guitar and serenade it. Hey, it's totally up to you. I'm not here to judge. But marinate it overnight, yes, you certainly could do, if you wanted to. So there we go. That marinade certainly does smell very, very good. So I'll just pop that there, and that is ready to go in the barbecue. Well, let's do that. And here we are, right. So I've got the coals nice and hot. Now I'm using the smoker. However, I'm not going to be using it as a smoker. I just want the coals in direct heat, meaning that the coals are not directly under the food, they're offset. So if you've got a kettle barbecue, you know, round barbecue, and you've got the vent on top, so the coals need to be on one side and the food the other. Now with the kettle barbecue, that vent on the top, the air vent, you want it half open, and the one underneath, you know, what collects the ash, but you've got that little air vent, you want that half open as well, because you will be slow cooking this. So that's on. Whilst I'm talking about, if you've got a drum barbecue like this, what you want is the coals nearest a vent, so it doesn't matter which side, if you've got a vent that side or a vent that side, you want the coals nearest the vent so it can be fed by air and it will help control your temperatures. Now back to it. So close that, and you want it hovering around about, I don't know, 150 thereabouts, so it's 150, or depending on your gauge, so it's 150 or 300 on there. So that's where you want to be. So that's good, that'll build up temperature, and that's it. So we'll get back to it when it's time to start basting. This should be fun. So here we are, back here about 2 hours later, and as you can see, that brown sugar and the hoisin starting to caramelize on top of there. So at this stage, all I want to do is just turn. Well, it smells absolutely beautiful. Turn that over, each one. Oh wow, if you could only smell this. And what I will do, I'll just let them sit there like that for about another hour, and then I will add some more of our mixture, our marinade. I don't want to add it just yet because it's been a bit awkward for me. There we go. Wow, it smells so good. Oh, that's one piece. That's why. There we go. Tuck that down into there. That's the one. Lovely. Okay, so I'm just going to close that back up. I'm going to leave it for an hour, and then I'm going to baste it. Let the temperature build back up, and let's leave it there for a little while. And here we are. Time does indeed fly, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies, I did come back out an hour later to rebaste it with some of that char siu sauce, then I've just walked away. So all in all, this is about 6 hours in, and it's well, it should be done. The temperature has remained the same, which is excellent. So there's still a hell of a lot of heat coming off there, and here we go. Oh yes, and that's what you can do at home. Absolutely beautiful. As you can see, it's bubbling away there. It's caramelized, absolutely perfect. So that's nice sticky sauce down there, absolutely fantastic. Oh, it smells absolutely gorgeous. Wow, look at that, beautiful shine on there. So I'll take this off now, we'll take it back in the kitchen, and we'll start cutting up, and you can have a good look. Back in the kitchen. Okay, this char siu pork, let's do some cuts, shall we? It smells absolutely gorgeous, and you can do this at home, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you can. Just grab a fork quickly to assist me with the cut. Straight through. Wow, look at that. That is perfect. I'm very tempted to have a slice, actually. It smells that good. There we go. Straight down. Let's do another one just for fun, shall we? Oh wow, my mouth is actually watering. If you could smell this, wow, what a treat that would be. I'll cut that one. I'll go down that way with this one. It's just falling apart. Wow. Well, I'm sorry to do it to you folks, but I'm going to do it. Absolutely beautiful. Now, you can serve this with fried rice. I have got a recipe for fried rice on the channel. You could also serve it with salad. It's totally up to you how you want to serve it. It really doesn't matter, as long as you get that flavour in and try it. You really have got to try this one because it is absolutely fantastic. So if you've liked this video, give me a thumbs up. Even better, subscribe, it would mean the world. And I'll catch you on the next video. Catch you later folks.